In this video, we're talking about how Xbox made the PS5 Pro the best value on the market. Then we're going to talk about how it's over for Xbox with this huge game coming to PlayStation 5. And finally, we got to talk about why you should never doubt PlayStation. It's a big video. How's it going, guys? As always, my name is Jimmy Champagne. This is PSReady, my channel all about PlayStation. Hope you had a great weekend playing a ton of video games. I got sucked back into Grim Dawn. I know it's not available on PlayStation. I hope Crate brings it over to PS5 because it is just such a good ARPG, especially with all the live service, always online bullshit that you have to deal with Diablo 4. It's just so refreshing to have a dark fantasy ARPG that you can play offline, and it's just fun. But yeah, I just want to get into this first news story here because over the weekend, a ton of crazy news broke where Xbox has completely gone insane. So because of the ongoing tariff situation, everything's price is in flux. They're going to go up, they're going to go down. Well, I don't think they're going to go down. I think we're going to see a lot of console prices go up and stay there because, when prices go up, if people show up to buy the stuff, the prices will never come down. And if they raise the price on these things, then they can put it on sale for the original retail price and they'll make money either way. So I think as the prices go up, they're going to stay this way, which is really crazy for Xbox fans considering how across the board, Microsoft has raised prices on the Xbox brand as a whole. So on the game side, we're sitting pretty as Sony fans. It seems like they're holding strong with the $70 games, which is great. I'm really happy about that because Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2 could have been raised to $80. Neither of those games are out yet. Death Stranding 2 is right around the corner, of course, and Ghost of Yotei is coming out in October, but Ghost of Yotei for sure, they could have bumped to $80 if they wanted to, and it looks like they're not going to. So we're going to stick with $70 games, which is awesome because you can't get Ghost of Yotei on Xbox, Nintendo, or PC yet on PC, but it's going to launch on PlayStation 5 only, and it's staying cheaper than the competition at $70. Xbox, on the other hand, every game going forward from now on that isn't like an indie title or a discount title is going to be $80, which is crazy. I mean, I get the philosophy with them. They're probably loving this because if you're looking at the price situation, if you want to buy an Xbox game, $80 or $20 a month or whatever Game Pass cost, I mean, you're going to probably go with Game Pass, and it is a good deal at that price point because they are releasing games. You've got Avowed, you've got Indiana Jones, you've got Forza Horizon 5, you've got Starfield, you've got a bunch of stuff coming up like Gears E-Day, and now this new Gears of War Ultimate Edition remaster, reloaded, whatever they called it, that we're talking about in the next story. So there is stuff to play, and games are $80. So Game Pass does become a viable option there, but it's not just the games that are getting increased to $80 because all of the hardware got a huge price increase across the board as well. The Xbox Series S, which is the entry-level Xbox console, and it is a good value type console because, if you're buying Game Pass, you can buy in cheap with the console and be good to go. That was at a good price point of $299, and I've seen it drop as low as $250. Now its MSRP is $380. You are getting close to base PS5 range with that, and that's insane because the performance gulf between a Series X and a PS5 isn't that big, but the performance gulf between a PS5 and an Xbox Series S is obviously massive. You would be a moron to buy a Series S over a regular PS5, even with a big library of Xbox games. You may as well just start over on PlayStation 5 for that price because the performance you're going to get out of a Series S, not even close to what it should be at $380. And that's just for the 500 gigabyte model. If you want the 1 terabyte Xbox Series S, that's going from $350 all the way up to $430, and you are firmly in PlayStation 5 territory at that price level. You do not buy that. Do not ever buy an Xbox Series S for over $400. That is absolutely nuts. But now we got to talk about the Xbox Series X because the digital version went from $500 to $550. The digital version being more expensive than the digital PS5 was already obviously insane, but going all the way up to above the cost of a disk drive based PS5 for marginally better performance and of course less games. It's they're trying not to sell hardware. Of course they'll probably put it on sale for $500, but why would you buy that for $550? I mean, even if you can find one, they're notoriously hard to find. It's they don't even make them anymore, but it's are they really trying this hard to push people away from hardware? I can't imagine anyone showing up to buy that. And I wonder if the used market's going to be affected by people having a limited edition console. I have the Halo Infinite limited edition Xbox Series X with a box. I might sell it now, honestly. Like, these prices are so nuts that I feel dumb not selling it because I don't use it. And now we're getting into the PS5 Pro territory because they have raised the price on the Galaxy Black 2TB edition Series X to $730. Like, what? That is nuts. That is crazy. That's almost $1,000 for a base model console. That's like charging $700 for the disc-based PS5, which is insane. And you could say that, you know, it's a disc drive console and the PS5 Pro is a disc drive-less console, but like the performance difference between the Xbox Series X and the PS5 Pro is like a generational leap almost, especially with games like Returnal getting these massive resolution boosts and like seeing games like Assassin's Creed Shadows actually being a generational leap. Like, if you're at the store, I don't care how many Xbox games you already have. If there's a PS5 Pro sitting on the shelf and this Galaxy Black Series X and they're around the same price, well, you know, the Series X is more expensive. I don't know what would have to be going on inside your head to pick up the Xbox over the PS5 Pro. All the accessories pretty much got price increases too. They're dramatically less, like $10 to $20. I have the chart up right now if you want to see how the price differences shake out, but this is crazy. I can't see anyone buying Xbox hardware, which I guess is the point because they just did their earnings call. And while yes, revenue is up by a lot because of having games like Call of Duty, Indiana Jones, Forza Horizon 5 on PS5, Sea of Thieves on PS5, like all these other games coming out, revenue is up for sure. But I want to know how much profit there is because they have spent so much money on these publishers that I just don't see how they're recouping any of it or anywhere close to what they've spent, especially with how little people are spending on games these days, because look at the prices, obviously, and the performance of games. I just don't see this being a viable option for anyone going into the future at these prices. But the reason I think this makes the PS5 Pro the best value in gaming right now, outside of course, the raw price breakdown, because $700 versus $730 for a base model or a Pro model, that's simple math right there, is I don't know how long Sony can hold out on the hardware costs being what they are. Of course, they probably have a bunch of PS5s already shipped into the United States and they don't have to subject those to tariffs, so they won't have to increase the price. But if they do sell out of those, they probably will have to increase the price. I know the tariff situation is always in flux, like it might be paused by the time I upload this video, but even if it is in flux, like there's risk of it going up at all, they're going to be safe for them and their pocketbooks, and they're going to increase the prices on these things across the board. So if you are sitting on the PlayStation 4, you've been waiting for a price drop on the PS5, it's not going to happen. There's not going to be a major price drop. It's not going to drop to $300. It's not going to drop to $250. It's going to last at its MSRP throughout the rest of this generation. So if you're on a PS4, I would say go for the full thing and just get a PS5 Pro. You'll get the best experience on every game coming out of the gate. They are utilizing this hardware. I know everyone doesn't want that to be true because of how expensive it is and how expensive the PS5 has stayed, but like I have had nothing but great experiences on the PS5 Pro. I have multiple PS5s set up all the time. I feel a little bit dirty when I got to go back to the original PS5 and play Gran Turismo because you lose the ray tracing, you get frame stutters. It just looks and runs so much better on the PS5 Pro. And that goes for 99% of the games I play, like Space Marine 2, Hunt Showdown, The Crew Motorfest, Forza Horizon 5. I got to pick up just for the like morbid curiosity. You know, like they just look and run so much better on the Pro that it's worth having, and it's newer hardware, so it's going to last longer. Like you'll be able to do what you did this generation with the PS4, with the PS5 Pro in the next generation, and they're going to continue to support it just as long as they did the PS4. I don't think that's changing anytime soon. So yeah, Xbox and Nintendo are charging $80 for games now. Thankfully, Sony is not. I think the hardware is going to go up in price. So if you've been holding out on buying a PS5, buy one now. It doesn't help me. I don't even think I have affiliate links set up. So like you don't have to use those. I just think like you're going to kick yourself later. Like the difference in price that you're probably going to pay is at least a couple games or a year of PlayStation Plus Essentials. So save yourself money now so you can save money later when you actually want to take advantage of this console. There really are no downsides to buying one now versus in a few months when potentially the prices could be through the roof. But yeah, speaking of Xbox, it's pretty much done. The console wars are over because Gears of War is officially coming to PlayStation 5. So this is a weird situation because there have been rumors for like a decade now that they have a Marcus Phoenix collection like the Master Chief collection ready to go, and everyone's like, when are they going to release it? We assumed that it would come come out before Gears E-Day to kind of catch people up on the story, but they're doing it piecemeal. They've remastered their remaster. They took the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, they remastered it, they say, from the ground up, which feels weird because they already remastered it, and they're releasing it on Steam and PlayStation 5. And the interesting thing is, all of the rumors about it not having competitive multiplayer turned out to be false. You get full co-op and you get the 8-player multiplayer modes, which I think is going to blow up with the added support of PlayStation users and Steam users, because as a PC gamer, you know, I play on both. People don't consider Xbox PC Store or Epic Game Store to exist. Like, if a game comes out on either of those first and there's a gap before it comes to Steam, a lot of PC players, I would say the vast majority, regard that Steam launch as the official launch of the game. Like, you ignore the other storefronts that hard. So getting Gears of War on Steam is awesome because it's going to have full crossplay and allegedly cross-platform saves. I think that'll just be between the Xbox app and Xbox console, but like, if they could get it to go between Steam and a PS5, that would be great for me, because I want to play this on my Steam Deck, obviously. It is at a discounted price, and if you are an Xbox or PC owner, you'll get a free upgrade to this remaster, which is why I'm a little dubious of the from the ground up remaster. Like, it looks very similar. It's using extremely similar key art as well. They did change the title from Gears of War Ultimate Edition to Gears of War Reloaded, but like, that's just a title change. Regardless, it's cool they're giving people a free upgrade who already own it. I'm going to rebuy it on Steam. I'm pretty sure it's a $50 game as well. It's not an $80 game. So the timing's great, right? Like, they're going to release Gears E-Day next year. I guarantee that's going to be on PS5 day one. Like, if they're putting this on PS5 day one, that's the beginning of everything not having a gap anymore. Get people caught up on the first game, because E-Day is a prequel, right? Like, all the characters are still alive in the first game that will be in E-Day. So get people caught up on that story, and then they can play the prequel in 2026. It gets people reintegrated into the Gears fandom. It just makes a lot of sense. But I am definitely buying this on Steam, and if there's cross save, I will buy it on the PlayStation 5. It's nuts that we're living in the future. The only one left is Master Chief Collection and Halo Infinite. Halo 5 has not left the Xbox One platform either, so maybe they'll do an updated Master Chief Collection where like they release it piecemeal like they did on PC, where it's game by game. Every couple months they release a new game into the collection and then you add on with DLC. That would be a good time to release Halo 5 and Infinite and just call it the overarching Master Chief Collection. But yeah, Xbox is a PlayStation platform now. That's nuts. I mean, like, they can go down there, everything is an Xbox path, and people can enjoy streaming their games. I don't really care. I'm never going to do that. But yeah, owning a PS5, you get everything except Nintendo games now, which is pretty damn cool because you basically get them first, or at least day and date. And then finally, let's talk about why you should never doubt PlayStation. So there have been a ton of news stories going around. I haven't really talked about them, where Xbox is dominating the PlayStation Store with game sales and pre-orders. And if you look at that for 2 seconds, you realize it's because Sony hasn't released any big marquee games that haven't been on the platform before. Like, yeah, Days Gone Remastered was fighting off Forza Horizon 5, Indiana Jones, and Sea of Thieves or whatever. And that's cool because it's a $10 upgrade to a PS4 game, but there haven't been any huge games from Sony's first party in a long time that are really going to compete with brand new games that have great Metacritic scores like Forza Horizon 5, for example. And if you go back to those videos where I did briefly mention it, I know I said just wait for Ghost of Yotei to go up for pre-order, because I know people were comparing Death Stranding 2 to these games. Death Stranding is such a niche franchise. I don't think it's comparable to something like Forza Horizon 5. I always said wait for Ghost of Yotei to go up for pre-order. And not only did it shoot to the top of the pre-order list when it went up for pre-order, the $80 deluxe edition is what's shooting to the top of the pre-order list. So not only are people pre-ordering Ghost of Yotei en masse, much more than they're playing and buying available Xbox games right now, they're pre-ordering the more expensive version of the game en masse months before it comes out. And you can't get refunds. Like, a lot of people use GameStop as a bank where they put a bunch of money down on games and then they like move it around or cancel the pre-order and withdraw it. That's like a classic meme. This is like a full game purchase, and while you can get it refunded, it's not easy. You can't do it through the PlayStation Store. You've got to call support. So I'd assume that like 90 to 95% of the people pre-ordering Ghost of Yotei are going to be there day one to play it, and they're not going to cancel their pre-order. I saw Shuhei Yoshida said they did it again. It's even better and more fun fun than the first game, and he doesn't work there anymore. He's not a Sony employee, so he is a trustworthy source. As someone who had hands-on with it, he said it's even better. So I think this is going to be a huge game, and turns out my prediction that Ghost of Yotei coming out in October basically meant that GTA 6 was going to get delayed. Yeah, it got delayed. I mean, I'm not shocked. I don't really care. They can take as long as they want on that game. I know it's going to be good. So yeah, things are looking really good in PlayStation Town. If you don't have a PlayStation 5, buy a Pro, man. Like, you've waited long enough. Do not wait till it's $800. Get it while you can still get it for the MSRP, because that console's never going to go on sale. You're never going to have buyer's remorse. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you in this one. As always, my name is Jimmy Champagne. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and shape on.